Jaguars rookie Tyree Brady has found himself in a similar role in a new place. From his toughest moments to his best, he has found himself as a role model to those around him. Our paths crossed in Jacksonville, where I learned he is becoming a role model to more kids than just his little brother.
And who wouldn't want to catch this game? The last time these two teams met was in Kansas City last year in the Elite Eight. That game went into overtime, and the Tigers ended up pulling away with a victory and advancing to the program's first Final Four.
Now, Tiger Walk is the official start to the Auburn Game Day experience, and the energy and electricity from Tiger Walk is brought inside Jordan-Hare Stadium, where people like this raise.
An Auburn mom is finding a way to lift the spirits of not only her children, but the rest of her neighborhood during this uncertain time. Evelyn Keith started drawing sidewalk chalk art creations outside as a way to spend time with her kids and brighten the neighborhood. Auburn likes to claim Jordan-Hare Stadium is home of chaos. In the past 6 years, the Tigers have played spoiler to both Alabama and Georgia while playing at home. Well, that's all the good news I have for you today. Oh, and look, we have a very special guest to end this week's show. Everyone meet Kiki. She just woke up for a nap, so I promise she's a lot more energetic than she looks right now. Wave to the camera, Kiki.
Corey McCoy said his teammates would describe him as smart. His smart plays last Thursday against Callaway helped him lead his Bulldogs to their first win of the season and also landed him as our Player of the Week.
America's game is back. So Astros fans, grab your peanuts and Cracker Jacks and head on down to Minute Maid Park because baseball is back. If you haven't been able to tell by the fans or the white toilet paper, I think you can tell who won the 2017 Iron Bowl.
Auburn University students may not be on campus anymore, but some decided to stay here in town. Well, those that decided to stay here are using their free time to give back to the senior community that has given them so much. An organization called Leave It to Us arrived in Auburn about a month ago.
We talked about that you were suspended while at Miami and then were dismissed from the team. How did that motivate you into where you went to college next and where you are now?
Yeah, I mean, it motivated me a lot. You know, it actually showed me the biggest lesson in my life. You know, when I got dismissed from the team, I felt like I let my youngest brother and my mom down. You know, I'm his role model. You know, he looks up to me because we don't have that father figure in our life. So when I got dismissed, I felt like I let him down. So from there on, I made a promise to myself that I'm gonna do whatever I can to make him and my mom proud. So.
How did that performance help boost your confidence and your team's confidence heading into the rest of the season and the playoffs?
It was a big confidence booster. We secured a spot in the playoffs. We know what we have to do to win the region championship, and so we're just going to keep going.
Is there anyone else in your life that inspires you to keep pushing yourself in football?
My father and my mother.
And what makes them want to push you and inspire you to keep doing your best and playing better football?
My dad's in the military and he's been in the war twice, so you know he's definitely fought for our country and did a lot of things to help our family. So you know him being in the military, that pushes me to be the best I can be out here, because it could be worse. And my mother, you know, just like I said, my father's been in the military, so my mom has always been with us and she's been strong and she's raised us to be young men. So.
There's still more than 7 hours before tip-off between number 17 Auburn and number 13 Kentucky, but Auburn fans were here even before the sun rose, bringing their Auburn spirit, creative game day signs, and passion for the game.
ESPN's College Game Day rolled into town this weekend for the first time in school history, and Auburn students were more than eager to take advantage of the new opportunity.
Knowing that no other students been able to experience this is just really cool to be the first ones and be like, oh yeah, I was at the very first one, It's a really neat thing.
Several Auburn students lined up outside Auburn Arena before the line technically even opened at 7 a.m.
What time did you show up this morning?
3:50 or 2:50. 2:50. Yeah.
So
Yes.
what time? What made you want to show up at 2:50?
I wanted to be first in line. I wanted to be here to see game day in Auburn for the first time.
For some students, waiting for game day to begin was well worth the wait.
Being on College Game Day has literally been my dream in college since I was like 12, so I was very excited when they announced it.
Hosted by Reese Davis, Jay Billis, Seth Greenberg, and LaFonso Ellis, ESPN's College Game Day made its third stop in the season in Auburn. Reese Davis commented that it was the best atmosphere so far this year. The show is known for crowd signs and gave Auburn fans a chance to get creative. Madeline Matheson and her friend Sydney Brasher spent hours making their signs for today's show. Brasher feels her sign is an important reminder for all of college basketball.
I think everybody just needs to know the truth.
There's 6 hours between College Game Day and the tip-off of Auburn and Kentucky, but students have a 4-hour window to get back in line for a seat at the game.
Go get something to eat really quick, hopefully take a quick nap, and get back in line.
In Auburn, Sarah Palczewski, Opelika Auburn News. The loudest
crowd. Look, this is what I dreamed about. This is what I came here for.
roar.
You know, if there was a better environment anywhere in college basketball tonight.
In the SEC. The Auburn Jungle has become a superior student section in college basketball, and Jungle leaders say it's even crazier than football.
If you're just a student in the Jungle, you're a huge Auburn basketball fan, and you just want to be here cheering on the team. It's kind of like the football student section, but a little bit louder and a little bit crazier.
But to be this loud, Jungle preparations begin days in advance, with Jungle President Chandler Fullman composing the Jungle Times.
Really, it's just to heckle the other team's players, just the little things like somebody has a bad haircut or just fun stuff to we can have fun with.
Auburn superfans get things started on game day, setting the Jungle tone bright and early.
And we get here 4 hours before the doors open and get painted up and get ready for the game.
It's not just the superfans. Regular Auburn students have been dying to be a part of the action inside, lining up hours before doors even open.
From 3 o'clock until the gates opened at 7, so 4 hours sitting in line.
5.5 hours before the game.
If getting painted up and waiting an eternity isn't enough for you, Jungle members also make custom signs each week to poke fun of their opponents.
They're just kind of like shots at the Bama team and that kind of thing.
Once you grab your Jungle Times and custom game sign, all that's left to do is get loud.
We just want to be as excited as possible.
To be a part of the Jungle, you can't just sit idly by. You have to be prepared to stand.
To stand up, you got to be loud. You got to be crazy. You got to be rowdy.
Yelling, screaming, and jumping are all expected of students in the Jungle. Auburn student Katie Shoemate also adds to her role by making sure she grabs one of several giant heads to do what she can to help her Tigers.
On the good, we wave it, or if we just get like really excited, we just like hold it up and go crazy. And especially when the opposing team's shooting free throws, we always got to hold it up.
As the game goes on, Jungle members know the atmosphere inside will only get crazier.
Be in here and it's going to be really loud and it's going to be rowdier than most football games.
And all this hard work by students doesn't go unnoticed.
My favorite part about being a part of the Jungle is when Bruce comes and like thanks us at the end, because we go crazy the entire game, and just like being able to get that recognition that we played a part in like throwing off the opposing team is really cool.
From inside the Jungle for Eagle Eye TV, Sarah Palczewski.